what I was excited about the Body Ecology diet is it's basically the way the longest living cultures around the world have lived their whole existence. And I'm going to just tell you in a nutshell what it is. For some people it's going to sound extreme. To me, having tried so many different things for 5 years, I think it's going to be easy. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to videotape all aspects of this. I'm going to show people, I'm going to walk people through how to do it, what the program is. I'm going to videotape all this, just me talking. I'm going to talk about different foods, like the foods that I'm eating and the recipes. And I'm going to put it all on YouTube on the website. And I'm going to document my whole year on exactly how to do this and show people how easy it is, how you can do it. And if you want to heal from, I don't care what illness you have. She's pretty specific. She says if you have candida, viral infections, cancer, neurological disorders, ADD, autism, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis. But I'd add about 1,000 onto that. I think it can heal anything. Because it's taking away all the things that are killing us, and it's putting good healing foods back into the body. And so I'm going to tell you real quick what it is, and you tell me if you think it's extreme or not. The foods you can eat. I was actually surprised that it's really not that limiting. You can eat any animal protein. Okay, fish, chicken, beef, any animal protein. You can eat any vegetable. Any vegetable on the planet, except she doesn't recommend yams, parsnips, help me, beets. I think there's one more. There's only like 3 you can't eat that are just heavy sugar, starch vegetables. The only fruits you can eat are lemons, limes, black currants, and cranberries. The only grains you can do, grains/seeds, is amaranth, quinoa, millet, and buckwheat. All the other wheats and bulgur and barley and all those things feed candida and yeast in the body.
No chia? No chia?
You could probably do chia. I've actually sent them a message asking if I can get a more complete list, because her book is pretty comprehensive, but you can't list every food on the planet on here. So I'm trying to figure out some of the superfoods like chia, maca, mesquite. So I'll get answers to all those questions. But chia seeds, I absolutely can't see a problem with that. I mean, that's an amazing food, an amazing fiber. It shouldn't have any sugar in it, so yeah, I think that would be fine. So that's basically what you can eat. And if you think about it, again, if you lived in a culture where they grew their own food and they had a few animals, this is how you would eat. But we don't eat that way. 60% of what Americans eat, they eat out. 60% of all meals by Americans are eat out.
Speaking of,
Yes.
when you travel or when you're at a restaurant,
Yes.
you have a game plan for that?
Yes. She actually talks about that in the book. Yeah. She talks about the choices you can. Basically, what she says is she goes, so many people have so many issues these days and so many special diets, gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant, I can't eat cheese, I can't do that. They're used to people saying, changing the menu up. So just order what you want. I'll go into a restaurant when we look at the menu. I go, I want chicken with nothing on it and some steamed vegetables. Okay. Super easy. So you just have to ask. Yeah.
When I was raw, I'd go in and I'd ask for like avocados.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd ask for just plain salad with avocados added on it or something.
Yeah. And they'll take care of you. They'll charge you $2-3 or whatever and move on. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
What were the grains again? You said?
Quinoa, amaranth, millet, and buckwheat. Now let me tell you a couple things. I've been doing the cultured foods every day. I have no sugar cravings. First time in my life. Now, when I did a 30-day cleanse, I was fine on the 30-day cleanse. I wasn't craving sugar or anything. But as soon as I came off it, I was toast. So that's why I'm doing this for a year. Okay? But the cultured foods, basically following the program, and that's what she says in here. You follow the program, you eat the cultured foods, you do what it says to do, you won't crave sugar.
And your food bill will go down.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about that right now. So last night, people think eating healthy is expensive. I got 2 comments to make on that. One, we spend 60% of our money eating out. We go into a health food store, we spend $20 for a mineral supplement that will actually help our bodies, and we whine about it. And it drives me nuts. Because people's priorities are so backwards. So one of the things I want to accomplish with this program and why I'm videotaping everything and showing the meals I make and all that kind of thing is because I want to show you that eating healthy, in fact, can lower your food bill. not only are you going to be healthy, but it can be cheap. I'm going to give you an example of what I did last night. Last night I made squash ginger soup. Okay? It was amazing. Like, I can't wait to get home so I can eat some squash ginger soup. I mean, it was that good. It was amazing. And it was easy to make. And I made this huge bowl. I mean, I'm single, so I'll probably be eating it for 4 days. But even if you had 2 parents and 2 kids, you could probably get 2 or 3 meals out of that.
Did you cook it?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was super simple. Again, I'm going to videotape and put all the ingredients. It's right here in the book. It was so good. I mean, I just can't believe how good it was. And it's cheap. All the vegetables that I needed for it, I got from the co-op. I spent $10 at the co-op last week. I got probably 2 weeks worth of vegetables. It was crazy. So you have to get involved in that co-op. This morning, I took amaranth, which is a grain, which most of you probably have no idea what that is. But you can buy it in bulk at Whole Foods. I bought a big old bag of it, and I think it was $2. It's 99 cents a pound. Okay? I took 1 cup of the amaranth to 3 cups of water, and I cooked it on my stove this morning. It makes kind of like a gruel, like a porridge. I added cinnamon, about 5 drops of stevia. It was gloriously good. And it probably cost me 50 cents. And it's an amazing, powerful, mineral-rich, nutrient-dense food.
You do have to learn to change your palate when you do that.
Not with those kind of foods.
What our traditional diet is to this type of food.
It depends on where you're at. It depends on where you're at. You know, because I agree 100% because a lot of people know that eating greens is good. Okay, you have them get a greens blend and put it in a shaker smoothie, they're gonna be like, this is disgusting. You know? But there's plenty of recipes you can, like, I'd find it hard pressed to say somebody didn't like my squash ginger soup.
No,
You better not tell me you don't like my squash ginger soup. I mean, I'm just saying there are healthy foods that don't taste good, but I believe in foods that taste good, that still bring you health. And I think that's a common misconception out there that healthy foods taste bad or healthy foods are expensive.
It really sounds like a candida diet is what you're on.
Oh, it absolutely is. She believes that 90% of all Americans have candida fungal infections whether they know it or not. It's just the lifestyle that we live as Americans.
What are you going to drink? Just water or?
Water. All herbs are included in it. By the way, oh yeah, I didn't finish. All herbs. So any herb. She's big on warming herbs like cayenne and ginger and garlic and all those. You can drink any herbal tea on the planet you want. I do a lot of Chinese tonic herbs. I do shilajit and astragalus and ashwagandha and tribulus. These are all amazing Chinese herbs. You can do your fats, all your good fats. Your coconut oil, your seeds, your seed oils. For nuts, she only recommends almonds, soaps, and or sprouted almonds. That's the only nut she recommends. But like I said, if you really think about it, it's not that restrictive. It's not like you have to do 30 days no food, which is what I did, which didn't completely heal me. It's still fun. Yeah?
I just wanted to make a comment about healthy food or foods that don't taste good, and a lot of that comes from sugar. So I've noticed that if I have a lot of sugar in my body, then a healthy food will taste worse. Once the sugar is released and gone out of my body, healthy foods, you start craving that healthy food, and that healthy food starts changing its taste.
Absolutely. And I give a lot of examples to that, and that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because shilajit, for example, it's a very earthy, rich mineral substance. Most people will take it and freak out because it tastes so bad because all they're used to is sugar.
Yeah.
If you're grounded and you have a more evenly balanced body, you'll like it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I drank it this morning, and it was too sugary for me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Now that's weird.
Well, we put stevia in it, and it was like, whoa, like.
Really?
Because at first it was so earthy.
Right.
But it was like, ooh, and now it's getting to the point where it's sweeter.
Yeah.
It's becoming that more intense body.
And I can see that with water. I mean, people drink water and they don't like water. All they drink is soda and coffee, and then they drink water and their body's like, what's this? Seriously, and it's a problem. I mean, those people are chronically dehydrated. They don't like water. They're not going to drink water unless it's flavored or got something in it. So, but you have to overcome that, you know? So, I'll give you one more example, just me personally. I grew up on 3 vegetables. I love telling these stories because my parents are here. I ate potatoes, corn, and green beans. Am I missing any? Is that it? Is that about all I ate?
Well, green beans are pretty
Not
good.
carrots?
Yeah.
Those are the
Potatoes,
three
corn, and
staple
green
foods
beans.
for
I
everything
probably ate
I've
carrots.
seen.
I probably ate carrots.
Definitely.
But the other 100 vegetables, forget about it. And when I got into health, I'm like, I gotta start eating vegetables. So I just introduced them one at a time. Didn't like them at first, and now I love everything. The only thing I don't like, for whatever reason my mom thinks I'm crazy, is fresh tomatoes out of the garden. I don't like tomatoes. I don't know why. I know, gasp. But I have never grown a taste for tomatoes, but I love every other vegetable on the planet. I love it. I crave it. I want it. So you can totally change your body. You can change your body chemistry.
Even turnips?
I've even had it.
So what about-
But turnips are really good.
All the root vegetables I usually chop up and put in like a soup or a stew or something like that.
Garlic, garam masala,
So I'm sure we're well over an hour probably.
We are.
I think so.
We don't need to go over that. Some good quotes. I'm gonna just kind of skip through this. Okay, so
Wouldn't you want to say a little bit though about lower GI fruits?
well, it's kind of what we talked about already. You know, the white processed stuff versus the whole grain stuff, the processed sweeteners as opposed to the natural sweeteners. Basically, everything we already covered, the good sugars versus the bad sugars.
I said fruits.
Oh, fruits?
She's talking about fruits.
Oh, like low glycemic fruits?
Yeah.
Well, if you really want to be strict, like according to Body Ecology, it's just those 4 fruits. Okay? What she recommends after 3 months is you add back in Granny Smith apples, grapefruit and kiwi, because those are both sour fruits and very low in sugar as well. Other berries. Okay, we can add those back in. And I'm sure there's other things as well. But again, she recommends 3 months being very strict and then adding those things back in. But I tell people all the time, like if you're diabetic, for example, stick to Granny Smith apples, citrus fruits like lemons, limes, grapefruits, berries, low glycemic foods that are high in fiber. Yeah, absolutely. So let's see what I missed. There's all kind of products you can take to balance your blood sugar, but I don't even want to get into that. A couple things I wanted to mention. One is we make changes based on the dollars we spend. I read a statistic, I don't know if it's true or not, or somebody just made it up, but I read a statistic that said for every dollar you spend in a health food store, you take $40 out of the pocket of the pharmaceutical industry. Who knows? It's possible. But supporting local, supporting farmers, supporting co-ops, this is how we make changes. You know, we vote with our dollars. You know, if people didn't eat McDonald's anymore, McDonald's would go out of business. And I know that seems impossible to believe, but it would happen. So we make changes with our dollars. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I sent a coupon out in my newsletter. If anybody wants to buy anything in the store tonight, I'll give you the coupon, even though you don't have it. It's $5 off for every $50 you spend, so basically 10% off. So if anybody wants anything in the store. Also, I want to mention upcoming classes, because we're doing a sugar addiction class tonight. Next week is healthy desserts for the holidays. So using some of these good sugars, using stevia that has no sugar, how you can totally like wow your relatives with something that tastes good, and they're like, really, this has no sugar? Because you can make good tasting, healthy things that are very low or contain no sugar. So that's a class next week. The other class next week is on bone health, which always freak people out because I tell them that calcium supplements are the worst thing they can be taking. So you want to learn why I say that, and I'll give you the 10 keys to have good bone health. But the number 1 key is cut out sugar and dairy. That's half the class right there. I just blew it. Then in 2 weeks, we're doing a class on warming foods for the holidays, like different soups, like that soup I mentioned, different soups and warming foods and root vegetables, understanding the seasons and why it's important to eat warming foods during the seasons. It's really hard to be a raw foodist in Kansas City, in my opinion, in the winter.
That makes
Just
sense.
me. But I believe in balance. And then one other thing is we have, well, whoever wants to stay tonight, you want to come on up, Dottie? My beautiful assistant, Dottie. She's going to make a chocolate sauce, and I have the recipe here. It's really, really complicated. It's coconut oil, raw clear agave, and raw cacao, which is chocolate in its raw form. Just those 3 ingredients, and tell me it's not the best chocolate sauce you've ever had in your whole life.
Is that in here?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. It's also, it's on down here too.
Oh, it's in the back of my handout too. Oh, shoot, I forgot to put it in there. You want to go ahead and whip it up?
Okay, bye.